Well, I'd like to welcome everybody for coming out on this rainy day. It is a great honor and privilege to be able to be here today. I am joined by our fire chief, Chief Enterline, and also the head of Pinnacle Health, Mr. Michael Young. And we're going to let them speak in just a few moments. But one of the most important things I get to do in this job is help introduce and welcome new recruits, both for police and fire and public works and everything else to the job. I am so impressed by the quality of the recruits that we have been getting in Harrisburg. I've worked with the chief over the course of this process. I know how rigorous the examinations were just to be able to be here today. And I understand just how difficult the next weeks of this academy, this 14-week academy, are going to be. It is a rigorous training, and it is a training at the end of which we will have certifications as firefighters 1 and 2, as EMTs, and have nationally recognized training in hazardous materials response. It's a tremendous program. It takes place right here, and we are very fortunate to have it so close to Harrisburg. Today is about the new recruits. It is about our future firefighters. It is about the 13 individuals here that have been selected from amongst their peers to join our team of firefighters here in Harrisburg. We have veterans here with us today, and everyone will tell you that from a city standpoint, raising the complement of firefighters is going to help reduce our costs. It's one of the few things in city government where when you bring new people on, you'll actually be reducing costs and spending money more wisely. It's going to reduce the amount of overtime for this department. It's going to help bring our complement up along all ships so that we don't have to draw on overtime, and it's a really important, wonderful thing to do. And I think as you hear a little bit about the recruits, you'll get to know just how excited we are and why we're so excited about them. So I'm going to call their names, highlight all 13 of them. I'm going to ask them to step forward, and maybe we could give a hold applause until the end, and we'll give a round of applause for everyone at the end. And I'll even wait a moment while ABC sets up its camera so that we can do that. Well, I will tell an amusing anecdote, which is we did just have a press conference at City Hall trying to raise funds, and it leaked in front of the podium the entire time. So I will plug our City Hall Beautiful Fund one more time with the Foundation for Enhancing Communities. Please make a donation so we can get that roof fixed. But public safety is at the core of what we do. We've got a tremendous crop of new police officers, and we're thrilled that we're finally able to expand the number of firefighters that we have here in the city. So let me introduce them. Just take your just recognition, and we'll give them all a well-deserved round of applause at the end. We're going to start in no particular order with Jeffrey Booley. Please come forward. From Carbondale, PA. He was a machine gunner in the U.S. Army. He's been a volunteer firefighter, and in his spare time he enjoys snowmobiling. We also have Michael Winsand. You could step forward, sir. Michael is from Pittsburgh. He is also a U.S. Army veteran. He served a 12-month deployment in Iraq, and a sports enthusiast. We're thrilled to have so many veterans. Thank you all, both now and future, for your service. Also, Justin Flanders. Justin is from Liverpool, PA. He is also a U.S. Army veteran, a volunteer firefighter, and an avid hunter. Thank you, sir. We have Brian Riddle. Yes, sir. Brian, you are from right here, Susquehanna Township. You're a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, 2 deployments in Afghanistan, also a volunteer firefighter, also an avid sports enthusiast and hunter. Thank you for your service. We have Christopher Simpson. Christopher's from Abington, PA. And he comes to us from work in the hazardous materials field, very important. Also a volunteer firefighter, and enjoys in his spare time all things having to do with firefighting and socializing. It says that. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, Nicholas Lindsay. Nicholas, come forward. From Sellersville, PA. Previously a police dispatcher. Fantastic. Also a volunteer firefighter, a self-taught surfer, and guitarist. Thank you, Nicholas, for joining the team. We have Michael Bruch. Michael's from Marysville, and he has previously worked as a corrections officer and also an avid hunter. You see the diversity of the backgrounds here. Thank you, sir. Jamie Kleckner. Jamie, he is from Tamaqua, PA, and he has worked as a delivery driver. He has worked as a volunteer firefighter, also an avid hunter, and a bowler. Congratulations, sir. We have Brandon Triger. Brandon's from Northumberland, PA, and he has previously worked as an after-school program coordinator. I hope you'll be able to keep some of that up, as a volunteer firefighter and just dedicated to service in all that he does, and thank you. Yesterday was our day of service, and we were proud to recognize the good work that so many in this community do in terms of volunteering their time. Benjamin Page. Benjamin from Newport, PA, and he has previously worked as a cabinet maker, very good, a volunteer firefighter, a high school baseball coach, and an avid hunter and golfer. Thank you, sir. John Wilburn. John is from Hershey, and he previously was a career firefighter in Manchester Township. He's also been a volunteer firefighter and an avid sportsman and golfer as well. Thank you, John. Kyle Burton. Kyle from Montoursville, PA, and he comes from us from the EMS field. He has also been a volunteer firefighter and enjoys roller hockey. Wow. All right. And Jeremiah Hoover, finishing us off. Where are you, Jeremiah? Thank you. He is from Selinsgrove, PA. He has previously worked in the sheet metal industry, also a volunteer firefighter, and an avid coach of football, baseball, and wrestling. So, sports enthusiasts, veterans, a diversity of backgrounds and service, a lot of firefighting experience already in firefighting training. This is the group that has come to us. Would you please give them all a warm welcome and round of applause. And on behalf of the City of Harrisburg, I want to thank each of you for embarking on this journey with us, for making it along the way as difficult as it's been, and for continuing on, because this will be a rewarding career. There's going to be nothing more rewarding than coming and serving the residents of this city and helping make our city safe. I'll conclude the press conference in a moment, but I want to welcome our chief, who will then introduce Michael Young of Pinnacle Health and talk about the exciting new partnership there. Chief Enterline.
Thank you, Mayor. It is an exciting day for the city to finally get our staffing well on its way to being where we would like it to be. We don't want to talk much about the city today. We want to talk about these 13 cadets behind us that are going to be shedding a lot of blood, sweat, and tears on these very grounds that we're standing. I believe the rain shower we had earlier was part of the tears and sweat coming off of them as they were already working down here. We applaud them for the hard work that they're doing. The next 13 weeks now, since we have 1 week in, is going to be very rigorous. It's going to put them through the test. It's going to challenge them. It's going to challenge them emotionally. It's going to challenge them physically. They're going to grow together as a team, and when they come back to us in Harrisburg in 13 short weeks, they will be part of our bigger team and mend into that firefighting family that we have protecting the citizens and visitors of the city. When we signed on the line, we understood, all of us did, that that sometimes we're not going to go back home to our families, and I think that's one thing that we need to remember today. We're wearing our badges with mourning bands on in remembrance of the two firefighters, Lieutenant Walsh and firefighter Kennedy, who died in Boston just last week. And knowing that when they responded to that fire into Brownstone, that they were not anticipating losing their lives at that particular fire. We're encouraging our firefighters today to study these line of duty deaths and focusing on safety so that we have a better chance of going home, better than what we did in the 1970s and the 1980s, and continue to be proactive and take a safety stance. Part of that safety stance that we take is a very rigorous pre-employment screening that is in conjunction with NFPA 1582, so that we're sure that when you come out to the fire grounds, you're a healthy individual to be able to do the job that the rigors of firefighting entails. This year we were able to partner with Pinnacle Health, which has been a wonderful partner with us in this entire hiring process. And I'd like to introduce Mr. Michael Young from Pinnacle to give us a few words on how the project came about and their involvement with the city. Mr. Young, thank you.
I want to thank the mayor and Chief Enterline. It really is a pleasure and an honor to join you today. I've had the pleasure of being a CEO of 2 trauma burn centers that had very strong partnerships with the firefighting community. And I'm joined by Dr. Wendy Wilcoxon, who is actually started out in the EMS field and then went to medical school, so she knows exactly what these guys go through every day. And she's our ER physician medical director for our community health team, as well as the Harrisburg Bureau of Fire, and Gormley, our vice president of human resources. The real important people, Beverly Haine and Tammy Beitler, who both run our employee health service, who actually did a vast majority of the work. So a couple months ago, when Dr. Wilkinson approached Pinnacle Health seeking our support to assist the fire department, we were very excited. So we're pleased to be in a position where we not only provide the needed physicals, but we also do that at no cost to the fire department or the city. Our mission as a not-for-profit charitable health system is really to help healthcare start at the very ground basic of everything that we do. So we are accountable and committed to our community, the city of Harrisburg, and keeping these folks healthy and on the job. So what better way to demonstrate our mission than to partner with these gentlemen who selflessly give of their time and energy to keep our community safe. The Fire Bureau answers over 2,000 calls per year. And in fact, actually one of the stations is right across the street from my office, so I hear and see many times a day what they actually do, and we really appreciate what they do for all of us. So our Pinnacle Healthcare staff, including our emergency department and community life team, work hand in hand with the city fire department staff on many of these calls. We value this relationship, and it's very important that it works smoothly because we understand how stressful and potentially dangerous this job is. So it's important that we support each other, and we've come together here today and through these physicals to help the new class get going. So I would like to personally recognize and commend these new cadets for what you're dedicating yourselves to and what you're going to put yourself through over the next 13 weeks. Thank you for your service. Thank you for helping the community, and we're glad that we were able to be a small part of helping you be here today. We wish you the best of luck, and I want to thank all of you guys who really made it happen. You're what makes Pinnacle Health work, so thank you, Doctor.
And on behalf of the city of Harrisburg, I want to personally thank Pinnacle Health for all that you do in the community, especially for what you're doing here in assistance with our fire department in the city. This is a tremendous savings for the city. We appreciate your efforts, look forward to continuing to work with you for the betterment of the city, and thank you for being here today. These are the press conferences that make me the most proud, the most optimistic about our future of our city. I think we have the future assured with such talent arrayed behind me. May we take some questions from the media for either myself or for Mr. Young or for the chief.
The money for the salaries for these new firefighters and their training, is that part of the budget, or where's the money coming from?
Yes, that's right. It's part of the budget. And as I tried to explain at the beginning, it's actually going to help us reduce our costs overall. Because by bringing the complement up, We will have the ability to call fewer people back on overtime. And really, we're just bringing the complement up to near to where it needs to be. It's been so depleted over the past years. And that's part of, I think, the story of Harrisburg's recovery. We're coming back, we're starting to grow, both in police and fire, and that's a really very positive thing.
And these 13 firefighters will bring you how close to full complement?
Well, you always want more, but this is a great start and a terrific class, and will allow us to dramatically cut down on the overtime that we're currently paying because we don't have enough firefighters.
And how many firefighters will this give you on staff now?
78, which is down from the historic highs, but will be 13 higher than what it is currently. Okay then, well, thank you all for coming out. Thank you for helping welcome these new recruits. Good luck to you all in the remaining weeks of this course. We look forward to having you all on board soon. Thank you.